Alright, this is a tutorial video for the song Stop and Stare by One Republic. For this song, you need cable on 4th fret, and there are about, let's say, hold on a sec, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, about 5 chords that you need to know. So, you need a C chord, an E minor chord, F chord, and an A minor chord. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go through the song. And so basically for the intro and the verses are the same, well, just a little bit different on the verse 1 and verse 2. For the intro, you start out with a C, and also for the first verse, you start out with a C chord. So I'm also going to show you how to do those chords. So your index finger will be, well, since this is on the cable on the 4th fret, so the 5th fret will be the 1st fret. So you will put your index finger on the 1st fret of the B string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then your ring finger will go to the 3rd fret of the A string. So you will have that chord right there, that's a C chord. And then what you will need is an E minor. So the easiest way, you keep your middle finger in the same place, you take out your ring finger, and you put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. So that's an E minor. So for the intro, you just repeat from C to E, C to E, and you just go like. I will teach you the strumming pattern later on this video. But for the intro, you just go C and E like I just showed until the lyrics start. It's still the same, just keep going until when he say counting up the years, right? When he say the years, that's when you change, and instead of going C to E minor, now from there, like, you go from the E, and when you say counting up years, it will go, instead of C, you go to A minor. For the A minor, you take the index finger to the 1st fret of the B string, and then your ring finger on 2nd fret of the G string, and then your middle finger also on 2nd fret but on the D string. So that's the A minor. So from the A minor, instead of going to C to E minor, now you go to A minor to F. So from A minor to F, I will show you like the easy way for the F. So you keep your index finger the same, and it's pretty much like the C chord, but instead of your index and ring finger on the 2nd and 3rd fret of the A and D string, you will move both of them down one string. So, you know, C, I don't know, you can see it, C, and then you just move them down, each of them down one string, and you have an F chord. And if you want, try to get your index finger like bar down on both the B and E, high E string. So that will be your F. And so after he's counting up the years, you just do the same thing like C to E minor, but not, you just do A minor to F. So you do the same thing. And the strumming pattern also the same thing, like throughout the whole song. Then after that, now to the chorus, both of the chords are the same, but the verses are not. Well, the verses are the same, but it's not really. For the chorus, you start out where it says stop and stare, you go to C, and the strumming pattern, like I said, is still the same. You go to C, and when they say I think I'm moving, but I go nowhere, and then when they say I go nowhere, that's when you go to the G chord. For the G chord, you take your index finger to the 2nd fret of the A string, and middle finger to the 3rd fret of the E, low E string, and your pinky to the 3rd fret of the high E string. So that's G. And then when I say, I know that everyone gets scared, when I say everyone, you go to A minor. And then after that, when I say, but I've become what I can't be, when I say, but I can't, E, that's when you go to the F. And from the F, it's like you're just doing like twice. Or you can either go for the F, you can strum like twice, or you can go to F and to G, that's up to you. So it's like, yeah. And you repeat the same thing. But like when I say like you know how to stop and stare a second time, you also go to C, G, A minor, F, and then F again. When I say on the last line of the chorus, when I say oh, can you see what I see? When I say oh, you go to F, and then when I say what can you see what I can see? That's like at the end of the line you go to C, and then just keep going to C until the chorus start again. Then you go back the exact same thing like the first verse, which to like C to E minor, but on the first verse you repeat C to E minor twice. Second verse you repeat C to E minor once, and then you go to, so it's like C to E minor, and then to A minor, and to F, and A minor, and to F, and that's just it. And after the second verse, after the second chorus, when it has like the bridge part, when you like, I don't know, it's like no singing, it's just like kind of like just music only. That is, you just do the same, but you do E minor to A minor and to F. And when he said like you really, it's very hard for him to like hear him say, but it's like he said like what you need and stuff before like the last chorus. That's when you go to G, and on the last chorus you go exactly the same like any other chorus, just like C to G to A minor to F to G, and then end up with a C. And that's when you stop. The C you only strumming like on the last chord, you just strum like once and just let it ring, and then the song ends. So let me see. Yeah, for the strumming pattern, it's really easy. I'm gonna do like the intro for the song. You go like this. So it's like down, down. Wait, hold on. So yeah, I don't really keep up with that. I don't know. I think it's like down, 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 down. So I think it's down twice, but you only hit like the top 3 string, and then like it's like the first 2 times you just go the top part of the 3 strings, and then on the 3rd time, the 3rd down, you go the whole way down. So it's like, you know, and then just like down, up, down, and then start again. Oh wait, so yeah. Down, down, the whole way down, and then down, up, and then start again. So you know, down, down, the first 2 downs, hit only the top 3 strings, or whatever, just the top part. Don't strum the whole thing, like strum halfway. And then the 3rd down, strum the whole way, and then down, up, and then just repeat the whole thing again, and just change the chords. Just listen to the song and then like play along with it, and you get what I'm saying. But yeah, that's like the whole song. If you have any requests on another song, I can do it. I'm not sure. Depends if I know how to play that song. I'm not. Yeah. Anyways, see ya.